It's easy for any of us to point a finger and say, what is going into the river is from someone else. But if we follow the flow, we find that what comes out of the pipe is an extension of all of us that have public sewer. In a home not connected to public sewer, but to a septic system, the homeowner is the custodian of their own little wastewater treatment plant, or a WWTP. Whether we have public sewer or a septic system, it's tempting and convenient to think of our wastewater just magically disappearing. A homeowner WWTP consists of lines or pipes, a distribution box, and soil. The way it works is that the wastewater leaves the house, enters the pipes, and slowly drains through the soil. Soil, in essence, acts as the WWTP because as the wastewater drains or percolates through the soil, it removes harmful pathogens. The key to a proper functioning home WWTP system is the percolation rate. Testing is done when the unit is installed to make sure the percolation rate works. Sometimes the soil has to be enhanced to ensure the proper percolation rate. One has to realize that all of our waste products and the water used to treat them form an endless cycle from us to the environment and then back again. The big question is whether they have been treated sufficiently before they enter our environment. About 25% of the housing units in the U.S. have septic systems versus public sewer or other clustered systems. In the southern U.S., the percentage of septic systems is much higher than the rest of the country. The EPA estimates there are approximately 26 million septic systems in the U.S. All septic systems are in various states of performance, with a failure rate of between 1 and 5%. This means about 1.3 million septic systems across the country may be negatively impacting local water resources. How do you know if you have a septic system? If you live in a city, it doesn't necessarily mean you're on a sewer. Or if you have city water, that too doesn't mean you have a sewer. Check to see if you are paying for sewer. If you are billed for sewer, you have sewer. If not, most likely you have a septic system. Dishwashing, washing clothes, taking a shower, and flushing your toilet all flow into your septic system. A septic system from a typical 3-bedroom house can process, if measured only in flushes, approximately 50 flushes of wastewater per day. The wastewater flows from your house into your septic system, which drains into the groundwater and becomes part of our streams, rivers, and environment. Your septic system is essentially a miniature wastewater treatment plant. How do you know if your miniature wastewater treatment plant is functioning correctly? One of the first things to do is check your yard. The septic system is usually placed 50 to 100 feet from the house. The soil is disturbed to put in the system, so often the surface above the system looks a bit different. Is there water when it hasn't rained in the area? Do you detect foul odors around your system, or have material backing up into your house? These are telltale signs your system is functioning improperly. Remember, the soil is very important. Soil testing, or a perk test, can be done to tell how well the system is functioning. And each septic system has a tank that stores solids. This tank has to have the solids removed or pumped every 3 to 5 years. Driving over the pipes or lines can compact or break apart the soil, causing problems. Or sometimes, as in the South, the soil is just too sandy. The septic system looks and operates fine, but silently is harming downstream water resources. There are a lot of people selling solutions that just don't work. In the past, these folks would be accused of peddling snake oil. For example, you might hear, just dump this solution down your toilet and your problems will disappear. Often a body of water looks fine, but if sewage from improperly functioning septic systems or a leaking public sewer system finds its way into a body of water, many water-related diseases could be lurking, like Giardia lamblia, E. coli, botulism, cholera, hepatitis, malaria, polio, and typhoid. Many of the things that make us sick are transmitted through the water, and while water treatment is part of the solution, wastewater treatment is by far a better solution to prevent waterborne illness. Whether or not we participate or even live near areas where we pull our food from the water, we can negatively impact these communities. Areas like beaches, where we like to swim and recreate, can also be affected by pathogen contamination, increasing the likelihood of illness from accidental ingestion of water. While it may be a minor contributor in most areas, allowing your pet waste to lie around, especially near streams or storm drains where it can easily gain access to waterways, can cause problems. It's important to dispose of pet waste properly. Flush it down a toilet, bury it, or put it in a trash can. What can you do? If you have sandy soil, a septic system, and live near a body of water, having the pros check the water quality in the stream above and below your system might be the best way to see whether you may be polluting the stream. Many times you can contact a local county health department or a municipal wastewater department for advice or testing. In some areas, there can be special agencies, like in Augusta, Georgia. Southeastern Natural Sciences Academy can run tests for you. Is there standing water when it hasn't rained? Or you detect foul odors around your system? Or having material backing up into your house? Then get a pro to come out and check your septic system. Pet waste, clean it up and dispose of it properly. And if you notice areas where soils around a sewer access area are unusually dark-colored or odorous, report it to your local wastewater treatment utility. If you come across a sewer line exposed in a stream, broken or visibly leaking, alert authorities. Most of us would report a house on fire or a car accident, and while a sewer doesn't demand our attention the same way, it still poses a serious threat to our health and the health of the community.